Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Behind the Arch Podcast. All right, so today we have two wonderful guests. On the left of me, we have Janisa, and to the right of me, we have Haley. Welcome, guys. How are you guys doing?
Good. I'm doing great.
Doing good. Awesome. Okay. So today we have a beautiful topic on hand, and the topic is called the Arch of Resolving Conflicts. So I'm going to start off with you, Haley. Haley, what does the word conflict mean to you?
The word conflict means, to me, a disagreement or an argument between two people.
Okay. What about you, Janisa?
I feel like a conflict is when you don't agree with somebody.
Okay, perfect. I will have to agree with both of you. Conflicts is something that is an issue or a debate between two people. They don't have the same agreement. Awesome. So now my question is this. Why do you think conflicts happen between people?
I think conflict happens between two people because miscommunication or people are just not listening to each other.
Okay. Janisa, what about you? What do you think?
I feel like conflicts happen because two people don't agree on the same thing and they don't like the same thing and they don't have the same opinions.
Okay. So for me, conflicts usually happens when there's a lack of communication. You know, have you guys ever had a moment where you said something, but yet your friend completely totally heard something else?
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like when we were doing sound check, you said right there, and Janisa said, she said 7. That small little miscommunication, right? But it happens all the time, and conflict is a big thing, especially for you middle schoolers, I noticed.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys get into a lot of conflicts, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what are some of the common conflicts that you guys happen to have in middle school? I'm gonna start with you, Janisa.
Some conflicts that we will have. One person would be like, oh, this person did that, but another person would be like, no, they did this. And then they just, argue with each other about it.
Okay.
I feel
about you?
Just miscommunication because people just don't know how to communicate and understand each other.
Miscommunication. Yes, that seems to be the biggest thing when it comes down to any person, really. And it's not just middle schoolers. So I'm going to tell you this, guys, our audience, we love you, right? And there's no person that is perfect on the earth, right? And we got to tell you this. When it comes down to it, miscommunication happens on all levels in life. Miscommunications can happen between adults. Miscommunication can happen between parents and children. Miscommunication can happen between siblings. And when that happens, sometimes the common conflict that we tend to have is the fact that we don't know how to react to that conflict, right?
Yeah.
And besides that, in middle school, what I'm noticing is that there's a big thing that you guys tend to do where when you miscommunicate, you tend to label it as something else. Do you guys know what that is?
On the top of my head, no.
Okay. You know?
No.
So sometimes there's the misrepresentation that it will be called bullying.
Oh.
And sometimes it's not bullying. It's just, I didn't understand what you was trying to tell me. Right?
Yeah.
Not all the time is it bullying. But can you guys tell me what is bullying?
Bullying is when you make fun of someone, or it could be plenty of different things. You could make fun of somebody, you could not like somebody, so pick on them. And
Okay.
Bullying is just you talking behind somebody's back when a person isn't there to defend themselves. And I've noticed that people bully just to fit in with the group.
Okay. Have any of you ever experienced bullying before in your life?
People bullying me?
Yeah.
yeah.
How did that make you feel?
It just made me feel less than what I was.
What about
I
you?
was disappointed
Disappointed. That's a powerful word. Okay. Why disappointed?
because I would think that they wouldn't bully me, but then they did it, so then I feel disappointed.
Okay. And sometimes, how does that happen? If you said that you've encountered bullying before, who was you bullied by? I'm gonna start with you, Janisa.
Oh, by a friend?
By a friend. Okay. What about you?
Yeah, a friend, but somebody that was taller than me.
A friend, but somebody that was taller. And I think that's the one thing that, when it comes down to it, I always talk about this is having boundaries. And the conflicts that we have with people, sometimes it starts from our friend group, right?
Yeah.
And did you ever tell the person, hey, listen, you offended me. I don't like how you treat me like that. You know, have you ever had that conversation with the person before they started bullying you?
No.
No. What about you?
No, because I was too scared.
Too scared. And why didn't you?
No, I was too scared.
Too scared. And why is fear something that you guys feel like you couldn't go and address them?
Because obviously, if you're making fun of my height, well, I got bullied because of my height, because obviously. But I feel like I can't really say anything if you're taller than me, because who knows what you would do if I just confronted you, telling you how I felt. If you're bullying me, why would I confront you? Obviously, when I think you're gonna do something.
Okay. What about you?
Like, I was scared to confront them because I didn't want to make it bigger than it already was.
Ah, so you try to,
Dial it down.
Yeah,
dial
I
it
just
down,
let
but
it
that's and there's another phrase that you'll hear a lot more when you get older, where it's called pushing it underneath the rug or sweeping it underneath the rug, right?
Yeah.
And the only bad thing about doing that is the fact that when you do not resolve the conflict head on, what ends up happening is that it keeps on building up. Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, knowing what you know now, would you have done it differently back then and addressed the
Yes.
person?
Yes.
Definitely.
Right? Yeah. I would have to agree with you, because for me, it's the same way. When I was your age, well, as you guys can see, Mr. Diaz is not the tallest person in the world, right? So I understand when it comes down to the height thing, but I never allowed my height to be the focal point of who I am.
Yeah.
Everybody knew who I was because they respected me. I was funny. And I just kept it real with people. You know what I mean? And then other things led up to people knowing and finding out who I am. But I never tolerated the disrespect. Right?
Yeah.
So that's the most important thing. If I had more of my knowledge now back then I probably would have did things a little bit differently, because there were times, to be transparent, I was a child, right?
Yeah.
That I would react a certain way, and I'll be like, okay, you want to make fun, so meet me outside, and let's figure out which one of us is funny, right?
Right.
But that was not the way back then. But having that knowledge now, there was multiple steps in between that could have been taken before I even got to fighting, right? What do you guys think?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. So we spoke about the common conflicts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think conflicts are always bad?
No, I don't think conflicts are always bad, because conflicts could be a disagreement or an argument, but then also conflict is, you can use your feelings to identify the way you feel.
Okay. What about you?
Yeah, like my answer is sort of like Hidis. I feel like conflicts could be good too, because like during a conflict you can explain how you feel, and then you let the other person know how you're feeling, so then a conflict could really help your relationship or your bond.
Okay.
Definitely.
I like your answers. You know what? Let me give you guys some applause. You guys are talking big over here. Okay. So listen here. Those that want to be on the podcast, listen here. You see these two ladies? They're on point. Make sure when you sign up for the podcast, you're always on point, because Mr. Diaz will call you out. But do I think conflicts are always bad? I'm gonna be honest with you. I have to agree with both of you. I don't think that conflict is always bad. I think it's actually beneficial, because if you are not confrontational, depending on the situation, not all things you have to be confrontational, but if a person is disrespecting you, you have to confront them.
Yeah.
But you don't have to confront them in a mean way. You confront them in a respectable way so that you can get your point across.
Yeah.
Right? Versus if you decide to not resolve the issue, then what ends up happening is that you will end up inverting yourself or start doubting yourself, and it's going to affect the way you think about yourself later on in life. It's going to affect the way you think on how situations should be handled. So I think it is good for a lot of things, but it's also bad if you don't have control of your emotions.
Definitely.
Right? Mm-hmm. And that's one thing that I always tell everybody anytime that they come into my office, you know, are you operating in your emotions, or are you operating in the way you're supposed to, logically thinking things through? There's a lot of conflicts out there that a lot of people always want to act emotionally, and it ends up in a situation where one or two things happen. Number one, they will either be in a fight.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. You'll end up in Miss T's office. We don't want that.
No.
Or you'll end up with your parents being called. We definitely don't want that. True or not true?
True.
Very
All right.
true.
Because I'm going to be honest with you. Me personally, I didn't care, you know, when I was your age. Not the greatest thing that I did. I apologize for those admins, okay? But, yeah, I didn't listen to a lot of them.
Now I'm curious.
Oh, yeah, that's a different podcast episode. But
We're gonna have to have a conversation.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
talk later.
Yeah.
We will talk later. We'll talk offline. But but no, that's the thing. When it comes down to people of authority, I would say, or people who are responsible to making sure things were okay. When I was your age, I would have that same type of attitude sometimes, once in a while, when I didn't check my emotions. Right? And I would react emotionally versus acting the way that I should in a respectable manner. Because let's be honest, our parents, you know, give us behaviors, or they tell us, they teach us manners and how to act. Mm-hmm. But then when we're not at home, we act the way we want to act. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. But at the same time, you're supposed to still be respectful. Right? Thank you. So those are the things that, you know, honestly, I think conflict can help, but if you don't do it the right way, it becomes a bigger problem than what it really is. So how can conflicts help us learn or grow?
Conflicts can help us learn and grow because, like I said, like it can help you grow your relationship or your bond with the person. And it can help you learn how to actually understand another person's feelings. Okay. And how to understand your feelings.
So give me an example of that.
Like, let's say you and your friend got into a conflict, and she hurt you or he hurt you, and you share how you feel, and then y'all talk it out. Then that's teaching you how to share your feelings and talk about it.
Okay. Have you gone through any of those situations before?
Yeah.
And how did it turn out?
It turned out good.
Turned out good? Okay. Haley, what about you?
Kind of like what Janisa said, but it helps us understand each other better, like on a deeper level, and it builds empathy between our friendship. And yeah.
I like that. That was a big word for Elmo. Okay, look at her. Build empathy between each other. Okay, so have you ever gone through a situation like that?
Yeah.
Okay, and what was the outcome for you?
I was kind of afraid to speak up, so I kind of told my parent, and my parent had told me like a way to approach it in like a very decent way, like not being disrespectful. They're being too nice that they just walk all over you.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, look at you guys. Building empathy out here, resolving and having conversations. You see, this is how you're supposed to resolve conflicts, right? I love this. So, next question. What's the first thing you should do when you feel upset during a conflict? Ooh, who wants to start this one off?
I'll go first.
All right, Haley, you up? Go ahead.
I feel like the first thing you should do is just take a breather and figure out your emotions before you say something and approach it in like a rude or way too nice kind of way.
Okay, clock it. Go ahead. What about you, Janisa?
Like, I feel like when you, I feel like you should find a trusted adult or someone that you trust and like speak to them. Or like just, if you don't have nobody, like take a breather, like Haley said, and just calm down.
Okay, so a nice mediator in case to make sure that. Okay, look at you. Oh, these kids are listening. I like this. Okay. So, teachers and everybody, if you see them, give them a shout out because that means they are listening to you, even if they don't listen all the time. Okay. So, all right. So, for me, I'm going to tell you, I like to breathe. Yes, I like to take a moment. But mostly I like to listen to music to calm me down,
Yeah.
or I'll pray. And those are my two biggest things because yeah, I don't want to be upset, right? So that's my biggest thing. So everybody has their niche in how to handle a situation, but then there's also another way where in the middle of you resolving a conflict, right? Let's say I'm having a conversation with Janisa, and Janisa, I'm trying to tell her, okay, I need you to hear my feelings, and she's just like blah 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 blah. I don't care. Stop being soft. I don't care, right?
Yeah.
And I start to get upset. The one thing that I should do is actually be like, okay, you know what? Let's pause. There should be a word whenever you have a conflict. If it's a friend, especially, have that respect and say, let's pause this conversation for a moment and we'll come back. Right?
Yeah.
But then if it's somebody, if a stranger, walk away for a moment. Right? And say, I'm not going to entertain this. I'll address you when you calm down.
Yeah.
You don't want to show them that you're emotional, right? Because then they're going to be like, I got their buttons. I'm going to keep on messing with them. That's the one thing that you don't want. But at the same time, you're not weak. You're just like, okay, I'm going to still talk to you as a human being with respect. And that's the one thing that we always got to do, or make sure that we do, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Look at you ladies. Okay. Some big kids over here. Okay, so why is listening important when resolving a disagreement? Oof.
Listening to me is very important.
Wait. You just said listening to me?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
like listening, like in a
Oh,
way,
okay.
you know.
Listening.
So like what listening means to me, like I feel like it's very important to listen to each other because if you don't listen, how are you ever gonna resolve the problem? Because if you don't listen, you're not gonna understand their emotions, and they're just gonna think that they just laughed at you and they got you, and they're gonna keep doing what they did.
Okay, what about you, Janisa?
Like Haley said, I feel like listening is very important during a conflict or during anything. Because if you don't listen, like you said, how are you going to solve anything? How are you going to know anything to solve it?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're not listening, you don't know what they said, you're just going to sound dumb.
Like, what's the point of it?
Exactly.
Yeah, you see, you're not hearing what they said, right? Sometimes when we don't listen, we don't hear the validity, and that means the validation or the person's side, okay? We don't hear what they're trying to tell us. They might be giving us a legit reason why they're talking to us that way, and if we're not willing to listen, then we're gonna miss the whole thing, and we could have bypassed that one key moment where we could have resolved this situation in a peaceful manner, right?
Yeah.
So there's a term that we could agree to disagree. You ladies ever heard that before?
Yeah.
Agree to disagree, right? And that's not that you win a battle or you lost a battle. It's just, okay, we are coming to a compromise. And compromising is very important, but sometimes when you're not listening, you're going to miss that compromisable moment.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And we don't want that. We can't afford that, because then things are going to get worse. And we ain't got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. All right. So, next question. And to all those who critique my podcast, yes, I know I'm doing something I haven't done in a long time, but unfortunately, I forgot to put the questions on my iPad. So, excuse me. Yeah. Defoy, I know you're going to pick this out. All right. So, next question. How can using I statements like I feel instead of you always change a conversation?
I feel like using I statements helps you understand each other's feelings, and instead of using you always, like using that will make the problem or the conflict more worse than it already is. So I feel like I statements is a good way to understand each other's feelings and solve a conflict.
Yeah, that was really good.
Okay, I like this. Go ahead.
Kind of to like add on what Janisa said, because she really did good. I feel like I statements are just better than you coming at somebody because it's showing them that you actually felt a type of way about the conversation and you actually want to figure something out because, yeah, you want to figure something out.
Exactly. Look at you. But yes, I statements are very important, right? And the reason why is because it's more personable, right? It makes you, okay, you forgot you're dealing with a human. I do feel a certain way. And I'm entitled to my feelings, right? We are all entitled to our feelings. But when there's trying to resolve a conflict, if you don't make it personable, then people are just, like you just said, you feel like somebody's just coming at you. And I don't know about y'all, but if somebody's coming at me, right? You'll be like, yo, who are you talking to, bro? Like,
Nasty,
right? You get a little sassy.
Yeah.
What?
Why are you looking at me?
Because y'all be getting sassy sometimes. Like, I don't care. Listen here.
No, we don't.
You're speaking about yourself.
Right.
I could be sassy sometimes.
Sometimes.
My apologies. I don't mean to be so sassy. If I ever gave you some sass, I apologize ahead of time, okay? Yeah, it just happens. It just happens. I don't mean to be sassy sometimes. Yeah. It's a feeling. I feel sassy sometimes. No, I'm just joking.
So if my mom's watching this, it's a feeling.
Oh,
It's a feeling.
Mom. It's just a feeling. So you be getting sassy with your mom?
Well, not with my mom, but like
Yes, she does.
I would
Ooh.
like not like that. But I love my mom. No, don't.
Oh,
like
that wasn't the sound I was supposed to play. It was supposed to be this one. My bad.
like.
Warning. Sass alert. Go ahead.
But like if you have a hard day at school, obviously you're gonna come home and you're gonna feel the type of way. Because you have a hard day sometimes. There's days that you're like you feel the type of way and you wanna go home to just relax, but then you gotta do stuff. But like, I don't get sassy on my mom. I love my mom. Mom, if you're watching this, all love.
Me too.
I love mom. And dad.
I hear that. Okay. So, all right. I understand that you get home, you feel a certain type of way, you want to relax and stuff like that.
Take it out.
But come on, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No matter what, we all have
Put myself in check
responsibilities.
sometimes.
Oh, well, sometimes you got to put yourself in the corner. Yes. And unfortunately, that's something that we all got to check or make sure we check in on ourselves, because when we do not check our emotions, what ends up happening is that when we give it out to our parents, then it makes things worse for us, because hey, hello, they're the ones that provide for us.
Yeah, it's gonna make them feel a certain type of way.
Word, like, I don't got time for this, and they're gonna be looking at you like, hello.
Yeah.
Why?
Definitely.
Right. So I do get it. I do have sometimes, or some days sometimes, where I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to be bothered at all. But at the same time, you know, I gotta be mindful of how I react to people.
Definitely.
All right. So, what roles does empathy play in resolving or solving conflicts?
Oh, you may start.
Yeah.
You want me to go what you think?
Yeah.
Okay. I think empathy. Wait, can you repeat the question?
Yes. So the question is, what role does empathy play in solving conflicts?
Okay, I got this time. So I think empathy plays by just building like a connection or a bond with the certain person you're having your conflict with, because empathy is a really big thing that you need to like kind of handle correctly, or it's just not gonna work. So I think it means like just building like a connection with somebody.
What about you, Denisa?
Well, to add on to what you said, I feel like empathy like helps you with your problems in a conflict, and it resolves it a lot, because empathy shows that you care and it shows the other person cares for you. It solves a lot of conflicts.
That was good.
Look at Big Brain with Big Head over here. Okay.
All right.
That was a joke, guys. Don't call her Big Head.
No, I'm
'Cause I mean, you're gonna have to face me.
Good look.
No, yes, empathy is very important, because empathy, like you guys said, it shows the emotions, but it's not overly showing your emotions. You get what I mean? You're connecting, but you know, you're not making it too obvious, in a sense where you're gonna be still making yourself over vulnerably, or that's not even a word. What the That was not a word. What was
We'll check the
that?
dictionary after this.
Oh God, Mr. Diaz, what's going on with you?
It'll be
Focus.
better next podcast.
Yeah.
But yes, it's not being overly emotional and showing too much, right? So we don't want that, and it's very good to have. And forming or having empathy is helping, like you said, Haley, is build that bond. So it's pretty good. Good, awesome. All right, so now we are to the final question of this podcast. Ooh. I think I'm gonna have to have you ladies come back on the podcast another episode. I don't know, because you know what, you guys, your answers clear, direct, and straight to the point. I love
I think
that.
we did better than anyone.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. Okay, so when you come onto this podcast, it's not about the length; it's about the information, and the information that these ladies are providing. I'm telling you right now, spectacular. So teachers, staff, please give them a shout out when you see them in the hallway, because they deserve it. Give them their flowers. They deserve it, right? All right. So the final question: if you could give one piece of advice to someone struggling with conflict, what would it be?
I feel like you should, I would say to take a breather, find someone and just talk to them about it. Talk out what happened, think what happened, and fix yourself. And then go talk it out and show empathy and explain how you feel.
Okay.
Definitely.
She out here clocking people's teeth.
Right. To kind of like piggyback on what Janisa said, I think you should just stay calm and listen to each other, because there is boundaries in a certain friendship, and I feel like you have to respect those boundaries, because if you don't respect those boundaries, then there is going to be no boundaries for you to respect, and there's no point of you solving your situation.
All right. You said one of the key things that I love to hear all the time, and it's setting boundaries. Boundaries is one of the biggest things that I always promote, because it helps everybody stay in line, be respectful, and it doesn't allow you to compromise yourself, and it doesn't allow anybody else to compromise themselves. So boundaries is very important. But yes, I would tell everybody to always establish those boundaries in all your friendships. I don't care how long you've been friends. Make sure you have boundaries in your friendship. That is something that I always promote, only because of the fact that you don't want the person to ever say, but you never told me that offended you. You never told me that this bothered you. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's the one thing that a lot of friendships, especially in middle school, all you middle schoolers, listen carefully.
Very carefully.
If you do not have proper boundaries in your friendships, you're going to feel disrespected. You're going to feel like the person is bullying you.
Yep. Just going to walk all over you.
Yeah, and that's not the case sometimes. Sometimes they just didn't know that offended you, and since you didn't speak about it, and they didn't know that that's something that was a boundary for you, they just kept on doing it. And a lot of friendships get ruined behind that.
Yes.
Okay? And also, stop listening to everybody else.
Please.
Because, like, the main person that you should talk to is the person that supposedly said that about you.
Yes.
Right? Because I've heard that so many times in middle school.
Something on top.
Yeah.
Definitely do that, because I feel like people like to hear from other people, but not the person, like the words that they came out their mouth. Like, you're just mixing words all around. Like, please just like listen.
Yes, please.
Ask the person. Like, don't
Big
listen to
facts.
nobody else.
Big facts on that one. Make sure you talk to them. Stop listening to the rumors, because you guys do not understand how many friendships I've seen get ruined in middle school
Yes.
for no reason.
A lot.
Also, don't spread the rumors, guys.
Please don't.
Don't.
Facts.
It doesn't help.
Don't be the one.
It doesn't help. It
Yeah.
just
Like-
ruins a lot.
Why you want to be a gossip for?
Yeah, don't be
I
the
don't-
one. Just don't.
Don't be like
Yeah,
Mr.
please.
Diaz.
Don't. Well, I don't got. Yeah. Listen here. Make sure you guys respect each other. Have the proper boundaries, and establish good communication and resolve conflicts without without being so emotional. Use logic. And if you can't do it on your own between each other, find a mediator. find somebody that you could trust and have somebody there as a witness or just to talk and help. So make sure that the conversation stays peaceful, right?
Yes, definitely.
All right. Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, that is done for this episode. All right. Okay, they did an awesome job. Again, teachers. Listen here. Give them their flowers. They deserve it. They did an awesome job. Clear cut, straight to the point. I love it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the conclusion of our episode of Arch of Resolving Conflict. Stay tuned for the next episode, and we're going to have some more new guests, and it's going to be awesome. So, we see you guys on the next round.
They're going to see me a lot.
Bye.
Bye.